proteins themselves are responsible for the structures and functionalities of your body. Genes are like Christmas tree lights, and you teach them how to express some suppressed emotion. Your body is a protein producing machine, and proteins themselves are responsible for the structures and functionalities of your body. And every single cell in your body except red blood cells makes proteins. Your immune system makes immune proteins called antibodies. Your stomach cells make stomach proteins called enzymes. Your skin cells make skin proteins called collagens and elastins. Your muscle makes muscle proteins called actins and myosins. And in order for your body to make proteins, a gene has to be regulated in the cell. They say a person is hardwired to be a certain way, and you're doomed by your genes. But that is a lie. Humans are marvels of adaptability and change. But if you're a scientist studying rats in an unchanging environment, you're not going to see many genetic changes or neurological changes. So would you agree then that genes are like Christmas tree lights? They're turning on and off all the time. And when they turn on, they upregulate. They make a healthy protein. And when they downregulate or turn off, they make a cheaper protein. And you know the central dogma in science was that genes create diseases. About 1% of every person that's born has a genetic condition which comes from birth, like Tay-Sachs disease, anemia, type 1 diabetes. The other 95 to 99% is from lifestyle and behaviors. And so, scientists were going to map the human genome. They said, okay, there's 100,000 proteins that make up the body, so there should be hundreds and thousands of genes. So genes don't create disease. It's the environmental signal that signals the genes to construct it and select it to make new proteins. But if you're thinking the same thoughts, making the same behaviors, demonstrating the same behaviors, creating the same experiences to produce the same emotion, you have the same light on and the other lights off, then you're headed for a genetic destiny. Take a group of stressed out executives and you teach them how to find the present moment. You teach them how to breathe. You teach them how to make a few different choices and to do a few different things. And you teach them how to express some suppressed emotion. At the end of 8 weeks, they regulate 1,561 new genes, over 800 genes for growth and repair, and just about 700 genes to downregulate inflammation and disease, turning on new lights, turning off old lights. So if you keep turning on the fight or flight response, you keep turning on the sympathetic nervous system, and you're mobilizing all this energy. You're drawing from this invisible field of vital energy around your body, and you're turning it into chemistry. And if you keep doing that, the field around your body shrinks, and now you are more matter and less energy, more particle and less wave. You are now in your life. You are matter trying to change matter. And it's going to take time to get what you want. If you keep diminishing your vitality, you keep robbing from this field, and the immune system begins to shut down because all the troops are fighting some war abroad and there's no homeland security. Anger, hostility, frustration, impatience, fear, anxiety, worry, guilt, shame, envy, jealousy. Those are all created by the hormones of stress, and psychology says those are normal human states of consciousness. No, those are altered state of consciousness, because living in stress is living in survival. And stress is when your brain and body are knocked out of balance. Stress is when your brain and body are knocked out of homeostasis. When you're frustrated, When you're impatient and you're angry, your heart beats out of rhythm, and then it gets highly incoherent. But when you feel gratitude and thankfulness and care and inspiration, all of a sudden, if you do it properly, your heart will start to get very orderly, very coherent, very much in sync. So if you can begin to sustain an elevated emotion, then that is the creative center right there. It's like dropping a pebble in water, one by one, in a perfect rhythm. Then the field around the body tends to grow. Now you are more energy and less matter, more wave and less particle. And now you begin to feel connected to something greater. And if you can feel more deeply, more richly, and more complete, so you're dropping a big stone and it's creating a bigger wave. And that energy is a frequency. And all frequencies carry information, just like a radio wave. And your thought is the intention on that wave. So living in stress is living in survival. And all organisms in nature can tolerate short-term stress. But human beings, we become addicted to very chemicals of stress, the very hormones of stress. And we use the people and condition and the problems in our life to reaffirm that addiction to that emotion. So people don't have to follow a genetic destiny. In simple words, we as humans don't have to be defined by the notion that things will happen to our bodies based on our genetics. Rather, we ourselves have the capability to choose how our body turns out, just by choosing to live in a healthier and positive way.